business by Dr. Zatali. So today I would like to present my final year project titled Fuel Consumption Profile of Large Engine Displacement Cars based on different velocities at cruising mode. So this research will consist of introduction, literature review, methodology, and also conclusion and recommendation for future research. So first is introduction. So this study will be focusing on large engine displacement cars where the car have a higher weight and consume more fuel compared to the smaller engines. And then the fuel consumption influenced by the specifications of the vehicles. And this study will be focusing on different velocities and also the constraint added, which is acceleration. And will be generate the fuel consumption profile based on different velocities. So the problem statement here is fuel consumption in vehicles is heavily influenced by specifications, velocity and acceleration, the engine size and type, weight of the vehicle, aerodynamics and other aspects of car specifications will give impact more on the velocity and acceleration as well as the fuel consumption. So this study will be focusing on how a fuel consumption of large engine displacement cars are affected by different velocities at cruising mode. The large engine displacement cars basically have a higher baseline fuel consumption because of their weight or any other specifications that influence more on their performance in fuel consumption. So, however, while cruising mode typically involves maintaining a steady speed or velocity and acceleration, but a driver can still adjust that, which involve different velocities. Therefore, instead of just taking the specifications impact on fuel consumption, there is a need to take into consideration how the fuel consumption profile can be altered based on different velocities and also considering the optimal velocity for optimal fuel consumption at cruising mode. So this is the research question. How does different velocities impact the fuel consumption profile of large engine displacement cars at cruising mode? So the research objective is to generate the fuel consumption profile of large engine displacement cars based on different velocities at cruising mode based on the established mathematical formulation and to determine the optimal velocity for optimal fuel consumption by using Pontryagin maximum principle. So we move on to literature review. So first, Dan Cheng et al. Suggested the inverse simulation where the driving cycle plan chain is represented by power transferring functional blocks with predetermined efficiency. So the outcome shows that an analytical approach to evaluating vehicle fuel consumption under standard operating condition was described. And then Bucket et al. Proposed a microscopic mechanistic model named Virginia Tech Comprehensive Power-Based Fuel Consumption Model (VTCPFM) to investigate the fuel consumed with different acceleration levels. So the results indicate that as the level of aggressiveness increased, fuel consumption per maneuver decreased, primarily because less time was spent in acceleration. Next, Kappers et al. Suggested the multiple linear regression method to predict the fuel consumption, and also proposed artificial neural network to capture nonlinear structure of data accurately and supported by the support vector regression. So as a result, among of the three methods, the support vector regression method offers the best result. And then Du et al. Proposed back propagation neural network, and overall the fuel consumption prediction closely aligns with the target values, reflecting the high prediction accuracy. And then Samaras et al. Proposed micro-traffic and micro-emission models to study the impact of intelligent transportation systems and new vehicle powertrains on fuel consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. As a result, micro-simulations revealed that adaptive traffic signal control could improve greenhouse gases. So we move on to methodology, which have two objectives, which is we have to generate the fuel consumption profile using the fuel consumption model of large engine displacement cars based on different velocities, and also to obtain the exact value of optimal velocity for optimal fuel consumption. So the first is fuel consumption model of large engine displacement cars based on different velocities. So in order to determine the fuel consumption, the car specifications with the locations will need to be constant as it is moving at cruising mode and will be discussed. So this is the overview of this methodology. So first we need to see the relationship between velocity and fuel consumption model, which the model will be used from the article before, and then create the algorithm and MATLAB code, and then the numerical result will be presented. So this is all the notation that we will be used, or the specifications of the vehicles that need to be constant. Okay, so this is the relationship between velocity and fuel consumption model, which is FV equals to CV multiplied by V square plus CR multiplied by V plus FV. So from the above equation, the aerodynamic drag CD is the key factor influencing fuel consumption, and the rolling resistance represented by CR accounts for the friction between tires and the road surface, and it will be in negative coefficient because model is balancing the fuel consumption, and the fuel consumption model is based on the different velocities, which is liter per 100 km per hour. So this is the algorithm to generate the fuel consumption model based on the fuel consumption profile. So the numerical result and discussion, we from this study, I used some of data from 6 examples of large engine displacement cars. So in that study, I used 3 specifications, which is the aerodynamic drag coefficient, rolling resistance, and also the base fuel consumption. So this is the generated fuel consumption profile from 6 cars. We can see that as the velocity is increases, the fuel consumption is also increases. Okay, next is to find the optimal velocity for optimal fuel consumption. So in order to find the exact value of the optimal velocity in minimizing fuel consumption, the Poincaré maximum principle will be used. So first we need to see the minimization model, and then problem formulation, algorithm MATLAB code, and the numerical result will be presented. So this is the simple optimization fuel consumption, where the constraint is the accelerations. This is the problem formulation. The aim of this study is to minimize the fuel consumption, which will be the cost functional as J, and the constraint is subject to acceleration. And then the control variable is acceleration. The state variable is velocity, because of the acceleration is one we need to control to get the exact value of velocity. So the state equation are obtained as follows, which is V naught is equal to A, which is acceleration is equal to dV over dt. The Hamiltonian obtained as follows, and then the Hamilton's equation can be written as equation 7, 8, and 9. And then we have to differentiate equation 9 with respect to t. Then we get lambda naught equals to 0 in equation 10, and then we substitute equation 10 into equation 8, gives negative 2 multiply CD multiplied by V minus CR equals to 0 in equation 11. So from equation 11, we can rearrange, and then we can proceed to find the optimal velocity directly, which is V equals to negative CR over 2 multiplied by CD. Okay, so this is the algorithm to calculate the optimal velocity. Same as before, I used some of data from 6 examples of large engine displacement cars, and this is the result, which is the exact value of optimal velocities. So in analyzing the result presented, it is evident that model shown the performance of fuel consumption of large engine displacement cars influenced by the velocities. So last but not least is conclusion and recommendation for future research. This research has achieved the objective where the established mathematical formulations successfully generated the fuel consumption profile of large engine displacement cars, and the optimal velocity are shown by using the Poincaré maximum principle in order to minimize the fuel consumption. So future research, although all objectives are achieved, there are a few improvements that need to be explored, which is in future research investigating the impact of drivers' behavior and external factors like road surface, gradients, and weather on fuel consumption will be more exciting research in real-world applications that allow for more across different driving environments and conditions, and also lead to innovative solutions that not only enhance vehicle fuel efficiency but also contribute to more sustainable and environmentally friendly transportation systems. So this is all the references that I used to finish the studies. Thank you.
Thank you, Intan. Can you please put the slide that shows your last literature review? Okay. Can we explain again this literature? How is it related to your work? Because I can see. Okay, explain dulu. Explain.
Oh,
Okay, how is it related to your work?
So yeah, we focus microscopic and micro emission models to study the impact of intelligent transportation systems. So this literature review, the authors use micro traffic and micro emission models in traffic. Basically, literature review ni saya just cakap yang dia punya bahagian yang traffic ni lah untuk dapatkan dia punya fuel consumptions. Tapi dalam saya punya studies tak guna untuk traffic lah, just untuk dia punya constraint edit acceleration. Macam kalau berubah acceleration, fuel consumption dia macam mana.
Okay, so why do you choose velocity? Is kenapa tak ikutkan speed sekali? Speed.
Saya memang just untuk velocity dia tak ada.
Why not?
No, I think velocities and speeds quite related juga.
How so?
Because velocity is macam energy yang boleh impact speed juga.
Tapi dia speed kerajuan kan? Velocity is with direction. So kenapa tak boleh kita study? Itulah saya tahu kenapa tak. Maybe satu kita buat speed tu. And then also saya curious macam mana dapatkan values tadi untuk yang tadi all the cars tadi tu. And why did you choose that cars?
Untuk cars tu saya pilih yang dia punya engine lebih besar.
Engine besar means apa, berapa cc? Sama ke cc semua tu?
Modelan lain CC.
So I think to me that's patutnya same cc lah sebab kita tahu, sebab you nak beli which car with large engine semua kan, yang apa, fuel consumption dia better, betul tak? So that's one thing. And then cruising, bila kata cruising tu ada, does it mean the driver cruise at the same speed atau macam mana?
Remote tu macam dia this
How fast is the car going bila you decide cruising? Cruising tu mesti dia stagnant at one speed, 120 to 120 je cruising. So for your experiment ni, you assume apa? What's your assumption? Kita masukkan lah tu. Sebab different speed, I'm sure it will give you different values kat sini. So something to add on lah kat tu. Assumption for you. Okay, thank you.